going on, friends? My name is M238 and welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening for the Nintendo Switch. In the last episode, we got done with Angler Tunnel, and now in this part we are going to be moving to our next dungeon. But before we do that, the game pretty much opens up once you have the flippers. By that I mean like there's even more things that you can do on the on Koholint's Island now that you have the ability to swim. There's now not as many obstacles in the way anymore since you can bypass most of it with water. All right, so the first thing that we can do is just go over to the left from the dungeon. Now that we can swim. And we're over here. This is Mambo, Child the Sunfish. And if you have an ocarina, he's going to teach you a song. Really nice song. So let's go and listen. That was beautiful. And with that we get Mambo's Mambo. So with that, you can basically, in the original Link's Awakening, it used to be that you warp to Mambo's Pond, which is right by Tracy's hut. But this time, whenever you use Mambo's song, you will warp to any warp point that you've activated. That little glowing spot that we saw near Tracy's hut that's now been activated, so you can warp there. It's like a free warping spot, which is really good for very easy transportation. Because in the original Link's Awakening, your form of transportation was very inconvenient. As in order to get to places where you need to go, you'd have to run around a lot. But I'm glad that they actually made it so that you actually have a warp song that goes into different places, which is awesome, really awesome. All right, so next thing that we can do now that we have Mambo's Mambo, it's kind of weird. They call it Mambo's Mambo, we can actually swim. There's gonna be quite a bit of swimming because there's some stuff that we can do now that we can swim. There's a secret seashell right there. That seashell was never there in the original game, which is nice. And oh yeah, that's right. So when you beat Dungeon 4, Angler Tunnel, this ghost now appears, and man, I'm gonna tell you, I dread this guy a lot. In the original game, he made like this like really obnoxious sound, but thankfully he doesn't make that sound, but he does still follow you. And the thing about this ghost is that you can't really you will not be able to enter a dungeon if this ghost is right by you, so you have to kind of deal with him. But that's fine because we're not going into our next dungeon right away. As you can see right here, we're gonna be doing quite a bit of stuff here. Yeah, he's saying, take me to this house. It's at the bay. There's one place that comes in mind when that is a bay. Haven't really been to much, but we're going to go there. I guess we'll go there right now. Okay, welcome back to Martha's Bay. What? I didn't do that. Ugh. I'm telling you, man. Freaking three tile pit jumps are really hard to do in this game. It's a lot harder to do in this game than in the original game. So here's this house. Man, how do you live in this house? Look at this. We got dead plants. We got cobwebs. We got cracks in the floor, and if you stay on them for too long, they form a pit. Like, how do you live? Like, what happens if like your floor collapses? You're just gonna die. That's probably how you died in the first... Oh, sorry. But seriously, that's probably how you died in the first place. Fall in those pits right there. And even a broken wardrobe, on, like right behind your bed. Like I said, how do you live? Enough, cemetery. Take me, my grave. All right. Alright, before I do that, let me go ahead and head this way. As there is something that I did forget to get over here. And that is over here, right by our dating spot. Let me get a nice seashell. Alright, so there's stuff that I want to actually might as well just get this out of the way now, I suppose. I want this ghost to be out of my life. Where should I go? Probably here. I think Mambo's Pond is closer. I actually just realized I could have done something in between, but oh well. Too late now since I'm already here. Guess I'll have to double dip in this area later. That's a terminology that we use in our that we use to do something twice. It's called double dipping, which is basically another term for revisiting. Thank you, a jar for you. Put something inside. Bye bye. And that's basically referring to the secret seashell that I got way early on. So I don't have to go back in order to get that. And he also gives you a bottle, which is nice. In the, like I said in the original, there were no bottles, so it's kind of cool that they gave you bottles. So I believe we need one more bottle. So I don't really know where to get that last bottle. If our other item that fills up our inventory is a bottle. The closer you get to the windfish, the more restless he sleeps. Carry onward. Very well. You obsessing over your windfish tails, like usual. So yeah, now the ghost is rest in peace. He can now relax. He can now, like, you know, move on to the afterlife after, for whatever reason, wanting to see his house. And now we can go to the next dungeon, but there's still more stuff that I want to do. So we're gonna go ahead and start by going to the animal village. As in the animal village, there's a few things that we can do. So let's see. Head over here. I believe it is in this house over here. Yes, it is this house right here. Oh, you brought me a hibiscus. How sweet. Well, since you are such a gentleman, I have a request to make of you. Will you listen? Sure thing. Why not? I would like you to take this letter to Mr. Wright. I would like you to take this letter to a Mr. Wright who lives on the border of the mysterious forest, please. A Mr. Wright. Oh man, I love it when people use pronouns as things. Great. You don't mind if I break your pottery, do you? It's I don't remember if I showed this, but you can go up to her without the hibiscus, and she's gonna imply that you're rude when she's the one being rude to you. So you know, great logic. All right, so I guess we're going to go to the mysterious forest, shall we? So let's go ahead and do that. And well, I guess I showed this off already, but this is Mambo's Pond, which is right by Tracy's hut. Oh my goodness, that feel when you have to sneeze and play at the same time. I said that so many times already, but welcome back to Mysterious Forest. Yeah, so just go ahead and jump across over here, and here's his house. Yeah, he has the same music as Christina's place. And look! The letter came with a photograph. Oh man, I'm glad they still kept their inside jokes. Oh man. She's so beautiful. I must give you something for your trouble. You see, there's a you know, terminology called catfishing, and I believe that's what Christina's doing to you. Unfortunately, she's posing as Princess Peach. Like, what is that? That's unacceptable. Posing somebody as Princess Peach. Come on, man, step it up here. Alright, inside this cave isn't really anything special except for falling in pits, because we're good at video games. But over here we get 20 rupees. You know, that's one special thing. You know, we still need a lot of rupees, so, you know, showing off some pretty nice things that where if you're still in need of rupees, these are some places that you can go to. And over here is a purple rupee. So that's a total of 70 rupees that you can get in here. And that's really all you get in this cave. So, nothing too special. Alright, our radar is letting us know that there's something here, and indeed there is, which is a seashell. And so with that, that's all we can do in this particular area, in Kapanga Swamp. So you can bonk on this tree right here, right by Ukiki Prairie, and this will give you another seashell. Okay, and while we're here, the reason I'm actually back here in Ukiki Prairie is so I can go back to Maid Village. So we got a broom for Mr. Wright in as, you know, exchange for that letter that we got from Christina. This, if you talk to this lady earlier in the game, she would say that she's missing a broom. And so you go ahead and bring that broom that you got from Mr. Wright, and then you know, she'll be very happy about it, and then she gives you a fishing hook. Whoa there. These are some really weird trade-offs. I'll just say that right now. Like, a broom for a fishing hook. Like, it makes sense for, you know, a letter for, well, no, a flower for a letter. But you know, things like a letter in exchange for a broom and then a broom for a fishing hook, it makes no sense. Okay, so back in Animal Village, if you, well, she's suddenly here now. Whoa, how'd you get here somehow? I want to know. I want to know your secrets. But you go back to Christina now, and, oh, it's Christine, not Christina. You got the letter to my dearest Mr. Wright. Bravo! I'm not kidding when I say this means a lot to me, but I want you to have the seashell. And there we go. So we get a seashell for, you know, doing her a favor. But you're catfishing your love, though. Like, you're clearly like a rabbit, but you, like, instead sent him a picture of Princess Peach, which is not even close looking like you. So, something's weird going on, if you ask me. Alright, let's see. Couldn't do anything about this cave earlier. Now we can. Well, actually, we went through this cave in order to get to Animal Village, but go back here now that you can swim, and you get yourself a heart piece. Alright, let's see. Now we can go ahead and explore this area, which this is Martha's Bay. Nothing too special about Martha's Bay as of right now. There is a reason why this place is called Martha's Bay, and we'll see that shortly. First off, there's still a few more cool stuff that we can get here. Actually, I realized I forgot to do something, and I will go ahead and do that in a little bit. So you go ahead and dive underneath this bridge over here, and we can go and talk to this fisherman right here. What is that in your hand? That's not a fishing hook, is it? You better have let me have it. I'll give you my next catch if you let me have it. All right. So we're watching a guy you know, a pro here. This is how you fish here. And, whoa. Apparently we're lucky that we get a necklace in exchange for that. Interesting thing is, in the original game, at least in the Japanese version, the Japanese or European versions of Link's Awakening, you don't get a necklace from that. Instead, you actually get a bikini top from that instead of a necklace. And it's interesting because, like, you know, when they, of course, released it for America, for, like, you know, the North American players, they changed the bikini top to the necklace because Nintendo of America had some censorship with their games. You know, basically in the Japanese versions of the Japanese and European versions of Link's Awakening, Martha the Mermaid, which is the mermaid that we were talking to earlier, she was, you know, semi naked, I guess, you know, in a freaking kids game. You know, great job, you know, attracting the kids with that. So here's the thing that I did forget to do, and that is by getting these couple items right here with these secret seashells. There's a couple seashells that we can get over here. And then there's also another major thing. This is annoying. Okay, we made it. Alright, good. It's really easy to fall down when I don't make that. So, we didn't this time, which is good. Alright, another piece of heart down over here that you could see. Pretty well, well, it's not really hard to, it's really easy to miss that, because it's kind of hard to see through the water unless you have really good color settings in your screen. Alright, so then we go ahead and head over here, and this area looks a little bit familiar. So just like the other place that we saw in Mysterious Forest, go and sprinkle powder, and then we got this guy again here. He's gonna say the same thing here. Alright, so again, because I did not say yes to powder the first time, he's still gonna ask me if I want me to say yes to powder. I'm gonna still say no. And that is because the next thing he's gonna ask is arrows. I will say yes to arrows because we're gonna be using quite a bit of arrows here. Except it's a lot more easier to get. It's a lot easier to get arrows than bombs. But even then, I'd still rather use the arrow upgrade. To be honest, I don't actually need to carry more arrows because I do have just enough arrows for like the entire game. But at the same time, I don't use powder that much. There's really not a whole lot of places in the game where powder's necessary. And there's more necessary parts for the bow and arrow than there are for powder. So it's just overall a lot more worth it to upgrade arrows next than powder. And of course, you know, if you're like upgrading all the capacities in order, you would upgrade bombs next, but yeah, no thanks. We did things out of order because why not? All right, so go ahead and dive down right here. We're going to be going underneath this little rock in order to get to our next dungeon, which is up here. And this, my friends, is the next dungeon. And so, next time on The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, we're going to be taking on our next dungeon, which is Martha's Bay. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.